Off we go.
Pretty warm, eh? Not like hot tub warm,
But it's nice.
it's still really nice and nice and comfy too.
Oh, as soon as that cloud breaks and you feel that heat of that sun, it is hot.
Hi there, welcome to Brooke and Jeremy Adventure Awaits. Recently, we went on a 15-day trip to Costa Rica, and in this video, we are going to talk about our experiences in La Fortuna.
So La Fortuna is a cute little town at the base of the Arenal Volcano. It's about a 2.5-hour drive from the airport in Liberia, which is where we flew in from Toronto, Canada. And we're going to talk about a few of our favorite things that we did while in the area. So during our first full day in La Fortuna, we decided that we were going to go and visit the La Fortuna Waterfalls. It's approximately an 8 to 10 minute drive from the city center. The cost is approximately $20 per person. During the busy season, it's advisable to book a time slot. However, we were there in the rainy season and you could just pull up and pay on arrival.
When you arrive, there is ample parking right at the front gate, which is free. And the first thing you're going to do is check in and register. There's also an area with change rooms and lockers for swimming when it's allowed. Again, because we were there in the raining season, you're not allowed to swim at the base of the waterfall, so we didn't need that, but it's there.
After you've registered, you can walk out to a beautiful viewing deck where you get a look at the La Fortuna waterfall from quite a distance. And then you can start your descent down to the base of the waterfall and to the pool below. It's approximately 500 steps to get down, 600 meters, and it's about a 10 to 15 minute walk down, and I would guess about 20-minute walk to get back up.
When we got down there, you know, you have this whole expectation of what it's supposed to look like. You know, we had watched a lot of videos leading up to this where, you know, it's a beautiful turquoise water and it's this pool of blue at the bottom. You know, unfortunately, because there had been lots of rain leading up to this and a huge storm, you know, it was more like this frothy brown, you know, water flowing over. And I mean, it was still spectacular, you know, very powerful and still beautiful, just, you know, not quite what we were expecting to see based on what we had watched before we left.
The reveal, it's coming.
It's crazy.
So it's definitely not a deterrent to go during the rainy season. You just need to be prepared. The waterfall itself, including the accessory waterfall, they're spectacular and definitely worth the 15-minute hike to get down and view them. Just be prepared that you will not be allowed to swim during the rainy season, and the color is a little darker than, you know, what you've probably seen on Instagram or on YouTube in the past.
I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, of course. I mean, it is a waterfall and it was so powerful and, you know, spectacular, especially with the accessory waterfall off to the side. You just have to be prepared, like Jeremy said.
Definitely.
There is like a path of like tens of thousands of these bad boys. Brody may have just got bitten by one.
During the second half of our first day, we decided to go to the free hot springs. The free hot springs are located just past the Tabacon Resort, and it's about a 15-minute drive from the city center. You cannot miss it because there will be cars parked all along the sides of the road, both sides, and there are parking attendants there. They collect a fee of 5,000 colones, which is about $10 US to park. And they had explained to us that they help to keep the river clean, and they're there to protect your vehicle. So we thought for $10 it was worth them keeping an eye on it just so that it didn't get broken into or stolen.
From there, it's honestly just a short walk down the road, and there are 2 entrances. You can go on either side of the road to get into the hot springs, and then it's a little walk down off to the side of the road, and there's a little kind of fenced area that you walk through, and then you'll see the hot springs. We decided at that point to put on our water shoes because it was getting a little slippery. And then from there, you kind of walk upstream and travel through and find a spot that you're going to want to hang out.
There were maybe 40 or 50 tourists and locals in the area enjoying the hot springs. But it was easy to navigate and find your own little pool where you could have some privacy. We had opted to just put our belongings, off to the side in an area that we could keep an eye on it, make sure that it was protected. And the water was beautiful. Mm-hmm. There were the spider monkeys.
Yeah, there was this whole family of spider monkeys that came, and they were up in the trees, and people were taking videos and pictures. And but overall, everyone was super respectful. Everyone,
Definitely.
Found their own space and was having a good time. And it was definitely well worth going. One of our favorite things that we did, and it was completely free.
Absolutely, do not miss this. So day 2 in La Fortuna, originally we had bought tickets and planned to drive to the Poas volcano. We were hoping to, visit that volcano as well and see the crater lake. But due to all the heavy rains that we encountered while we were visiting that area, we opted not to drive 2.5 hours each way because the chances were going to be that we wouldn't get to see the lake or the volcano.
Well, and already as it was already difficult at times to see the Arenal volcano, which was where we were in the first place. So this is just one of those things in traveling where you just have to be flexible, and you kind of have a plan of what you want to do, but you have to be flexible that you're not going to always get to be able to do everything you have set out.
So we had done some research about visiting Arenal volcano and looking at a couple of the different hiking trail systems around. There are 3. One was the 1968 trails, one is the national park, and the third, the one that we chose, was the Mirador El Silencio trail. Now this trail, from the research that we did, had about the best hike, some of the best views, and the least amount of tourists. So the Mirador El Silencio trail is approximately 15 to 20 minute drive outside of the city center. It's along the same highway just past that Tabacon resort where we went to the hot springs. And there's parking and a big gravel lot just outside of the ticket office. And the cost per person to enter the site was $10 US.
When you're about to start, they do give you a map of all the trails, and you know, it's pretty flexible in terms of what you want to tackle. It all depends on how much hiking you want to do, how much time you have. You know, the whole thing is about 6 kilometers, but you know, trails kind of branch off of each other, and you know, if you just want to go straight up to the lava fields, you can do that, but otherwise you can travel through the rainforest and see the lush vegetation and, you know, work your way towards the lava fields.
More barbed wire. I feel like Costa Rica is just wrapped in barbed wire. Bars on windows and doors of houses and gates everywhere and barbed wire everywhere, razor wire.
So we decided to take the 6-kilometer hike through the entire trail system at Mirador El Silencio. We wanted to see the rainforest, all the lush vegetation, and make our way to the lava fields at the very end of the hike. Unfortunately, it did pour rain on us for the better part of 3 hours, and we got completely soaked. The signage there in the trail system is not ideal and made it a little bit of a challenge, so we did kind of get turned around.
Yeah, we might have been lost for a little bit, but I mean, honestly, it was so beautiful in there, and even with the rain, the pictures in the video honestly don't do it justice. The leaves and the trees are so massive, and it's so green and lush, and it's absolutely beautiful in there. So the rain definitely didn't take away from it.
We absolutely enjoyed that hike and loved our time there.
We don't want Brody to get bitten again though, for God's sakes. Here they come with all their leaves. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Caterpillar. Brody was just commenting there's moss on every tree, but it's like all the way up the trees. It's not just on...
Because there's no sunlight.
Yeah. And it always stays damp in here, right? Yeah. Without the sun, it never really dries out properly. It is really pouring on us. Oh, where, bud?
Right on the piece of wood.
Oh, got a little salamander. Nice one, bro. Little gecko or something, whatever he is.
So little. How do you even
Tiny.
So I was like, white.
He's fast. Yeah, a little. I think it's a little gecko. So I feel like we have decided on the viewpoint. It says short exit, but I think we can continue on once we get down through here. Right, Lava Trail 1968. We finally got here. We got detoured on trail number 4. Trail 4.
Apparently the exit was the place to go.
We went the wrong way, but we got to see all of the rainforest, so we've hiked through most of the trail system here. But we're back on track. We see some stones. We saw signage, and here we go. Oh. There would be a volcano here if there were no clouds, but can't really see that, so. Have not seen a single animal. Other than insects, yeah.
The gecko.
Oh, we did see one little gecko. I'll believe it when I see it.
At the end of the hike, we were finally at the part of the trail that led to the lava fields. You know, I will say this part of the trail was a little bit more difficult because you're going more upwards and, you know, you're actually climbing over rocks and boulders. And, you know, at some point there were these, you know, cables that you were holding on to. So, you know, it's a little bit more challenging, just so that you are aware. But once you got up there, I mean, in terms of recognizing where you are, it was so neat. I mean, you're literally standing on, you know, actual lava that had flowed from the volcano. And I mean, again, because of the rain, things were clouded over. So, you know, in your mind, you're thinking you're going to see the Arenal Volcano up top and, you know, the city of La Fortuna. You know, we didn't get to see that, but I mean, it was still amazing to be on the rocks and, you know, be that close to the actual top of the volcano.
What's up, girls?
Fortunately for us, the weather cleared up on our second day, and after we left the Arenal Volcano and the lava fields, we decided that we were going to go and visit El Salto Rope Swing. So this is about a 10 or 15 minute walk outside of the city center. It's a completely free activity. And this is an area where a lot of locals go to hang out, cool off in the heat, and enjoy the area.
And it was really easy to get to, actually. We put it into Google Maps, and Google Maps literally led us right there. When you actually enter, you go just where the bridge is and you go down, you can't miss it. And then, you know, as you have to walk a little bit down a path to get to the actual swimming hole. But we did pass a local guy who was cooking street food for like 1,000 colones. So that was really neat. You know, he just had this little barbecue set up, which was fun.
When you get there, you're not going to miss it because there's a huge swimming pool at the bottom of a little rapid or falls that comes down. And there's a giant rope swing where lots of people were there, probably about 12 or 14 people. Were swinging, some were doing backflips and tricks. You can do cliff jumping off of the rocks all around the area as well. And the pool was very deep. So we were there with our 15-year-old son, Brody, and the two of us, you know, we jumped off of that rope swing a number of times and had a blast there.
Well, El Salto, was it an El Succese?
It was.
You like that?
That was pretty
It was
fun.
fun, eh? Somebody was scared and wouldn't do the jump, but
It's okay. I'm okay with it. I know my limits.
now it's the walk of shame home. Shame. Shame.
I have fears.
Sissy. It was so much fun. We didn't have the guts to do any backflips or whatever,
We saw two guys though.
but we saw a couple do it, yeah.
One really good one and then one attempt.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to La Fortuna itself, the town is not very big. It's a few city blocks. I think we walked from our Airbnb all the way around town in about 15 or 20 minutes. So it's definitely very walkable. There's lots of restaurant options, from local sodas. There's pharmacies, supermarkets, tour operators, coffee shops, just about everything that you could possibly want.
A few recommendations that we have. For groceries, I would definitely recommend Super Roseville. There are lots of grocery stores right in the main town. This one was a little outside town. You know, at first, when we first went in it, I thought it was pretty expensive, but then when we went to some of the other grocery stores, it was definitely the most reasonable out of all of them. So we would definitely recommend that. A couple of the restaurants that we went to, there was a restaurant called Vikingos. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Vikingos.
And you know, it's a beautiful family-run soda, and we really enjoyed their patacones and their homemade burgers. They were absolutely delicious.
Definitely.
And then on our last morning before we were leaving to head to Monteverde, we had seen in a bunch of other videos that we had watched a place called Jungle Bowls, where they have like these smoothie bowls. And I agree with everyone who had raved about them because they were absolutely delicious. They are a little on the expensive side, but honestly, the bowl was so massive. I ended up actually taking some of mine to go because it was just a lot. So
you could share. You two people could easily share one of those smoothie bowls. They're that big.
Yeah, definitely delicious and would highly recommend.
One of the highlights in La Fortuna is the volcano. Now, again, because of the rainy season and the weather while we were there, we had glimpses of the Arenal Volcano. The clouds did break. Sun came out a couple of times, where we could get a couple of pictures and views of the volcano.
And I will say, when it did come out, it was impressive. I mean, the videos that we saw, you know, it doesn't do it justice, the presence that it has. It was so big, and I feel like we were a lot closer to it than I thought we would be.
That's right. And on our last night while we were having dinner, the sunset was just beautiful, so with the pinks and purples in the sky, and Brooke was able to get some fantastic photos of the volcano. It almost looked as though there was a little donut cloud on the very peak of the volcano. It was just such a cool shot. And then in terms of safety, we felt very safe in and around La Fortuna. I mean, all of the homes have gates up for the vehicles. There are bars on all of the windows, and definitely more barbed wire and razor wire than I have seen anywhere in my life. But I will say that we did not once feel unsafe walking around town. The local people were fantastic.
Absolutely.
And we thoroughly enjoyed La Fortuna.
Oh, as soon as that cloud breaks and you feel that heat of that sun, it is hot. Nice.
All right, we're at our Airbnb, Casita Blue, in La Fortuna, Costa Rica. So they've got a covered carport with a locked gate. Nice little patio area here for sitting out, and when it isn't cloudy, you can see the Arenal Volcano right over the trees. Got some coffees out here. And let's go on in for a little tour. So we get inside, and you've got your little kitchen, dining area. Coffee makers and coffee grinder with coffee and sugar and filters. All the dishes that you need: microwave, toaster oven, hot plate, fridge and freezer. They even had ice made for us, which was lovely. Washing machine. There is a dryer that's outside here. With the recycling, a washing tub, and your dryer outside here. And then we've got the little living room area with a nice couch and big screen TV, Netflix, and all of the usuals. And then this was a 2-bedroom that we booked because our son Brody is with us. So big double bed, space for hanging, has a safe in here, little sitting table and mirror. Second bedroom, same, you know, nice big double bed. Air conditioning in both rooms, which has been clutch with the heat. You know, a little closet for the clothes, television, another little desk or work area there. And then it has a little bathroom with the shower, rain shower head up there. So it's been great. And we're leaving and we're on our way to Monteverde.
Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you are considering choosing La Fortuna as part of your next Costa Rica destination.
In the next video, We're going to spend 3 days in Monteverde and show you what we loved about that area. Thanks again for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks. So Brody, tell me your opinion of the smoothie bowl that you just tried.
Pretty good. Yeah.
What flavors are you tasting right now?
Everything.
So descriptive. Great feedback.
Peanuts, chocolate, some peanut butter in it too, some strawberries, banana.
Looks amazing.
Alright, so we're trying the congelado, the strawberry slushy, the condensed milk, and we got a vanilla ice cream with cookies and cream ice cream with it. So there we go, first bite.
We're either gonna love it or we're gonna hate it.
You guys are not gonna like it. So.
No?
Wonderful.